Magandang araw mga maalamath. Sa video pong ito atin pong papag-usapan or akin pong ibabahagi sa inyo ang isang sample ng completed action research. So nung nakaraan po akin pong ibinahagi sa inyo yung isang sample ng action research proposal. Ngayon naman po I'll be sharing with you yung kompletong action research na po. Nandito na po yung discussion or presentation discussion and analysis of the results po. Okay.
Welcome to Marla.
Legendary! 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 Legendary!
So my research title was entitled DASPOL and Performance of the Grade 7 Learners on Adding and Subtracting Polynomials of Kafkaville Integrated School. So the abstract. This research was conducted to find out the effectiveness of DASPOL to the performance of the grade 7 learners on adding and subtracting polynomials. In the DASPOL, domino on addition and subtraction of polynomials, every tile was divided into two parts. The half of it contained sum or difference, while the other one-half part had an expression relative to addition and subtraction of polynomials. The mechanics of DASPOL is similar to domino. However, in the DASPOL, a part of the tile which has an expression was placed adjacent to its equivalent found on the other tile or vice versa. So, this study utilized pre-test and post-test using qualitative-quantitative method. It was conducted with the 12 grade 7 learners of Kafkaville Integrated School in school year 2019-2020 who were chosen through non-probability sampling using universal sampling technique. The data were gathered using a 25-item teacher-made test. The said test was administered before and after the utilization of the DASPOL. The data were analyzed using mean, standard deviation, paired sample t-test, and t-squared. After the data was collected and analyzed, the results indicated that the respondents' performance moved from average to mastery and that there is a large effect of DASPOL in the performance of the respondents. It is therefore recommended that the intervention be used with grade 7 learners of different schools for them to improve their performance in adding and subtracting polynomials. So, the context and rationale, na ibahagi ko naman na po ito nung nakaraan dun sa ating action research proposal. So, pasadahan na lang po natin. So, action research questions. The proposed intervention strategy or innovation. Yan. Then, the action research method, gaya nga ng aking nabanggit, pwede nyo pong tingnan sa description yung ating action research proposal. Yan, discussion of results and reflection na po. So, we have the first table, the table 1 pre-test and post-test mini scores of the grade 7 learners before and after the implementation of DASPOL. So, the table 1 shows the result of the pre-test and the post-test of the samples. It reveals that the mean scores before and after the implementation of the DASPOL are 7.33 and 15.75 respectively. This means that Before the implementation of the DAS poll, the respondents have average skill on adding and subtracting polynomials. On the other hand, the respondents have a mastery skill on adding and subtracting polynomials after the implementation of the DAS poll. The second table paired sample t-test on the significance of the pre-test and post-test scores of the grade 7 learners. So it can be gleaned from the table 2 that the null hypothesis is rejected. Hence, there is a significant difference in the performance of the grade 7 learners before and after the implementation of the DAS poll. Since the computed the t-value, which is negative 0.953, and the p-value 0.000 is smaller than 0.05, it can be further concluded that the DAS poll was effective. Table 3, the effect of DAS poll. Table 3 shows the effect of DAS poll on the performance of the grade 7 learners in adding and subtracting polynomials. It is reflected on the table the value of eta squared, which is 0.89, and safe to say that the DAS poll has a large effect on the performance of the grade 7 learners in adding and subtracting polynomials. Hence, the employment of game-based learning approach is very much beneficial to attain meaningful learning results. Also, according to Lameras et al. 2016, games could even be fully integrated for achieving better learning outcomes because games add in educational teaching modules. Yung question number 4 po natin, how is the experience of the respondents about DAS poll? Aside from the result of the study, what matters as well as the experience of the respondents during the implementation of the DAS poll. Based from their reflections, it showed that the DAS poll was an effective material to improve their skill in adding and subtracting polynomials. Moreover, the process of mastering these said competencies was not that tedious on their part, for they are engaged in a process where they are get involved in their own learning and they are doing it collaboratively with their peers. The action plans for dissemination, advocacy, and utilization. Yan. Nailagay naman na natin ito noon. So, yung references po natin. Yan. So, yan po yung tungkol sa completed action research po natin. So, sana nabigyan po kayo ng idea on how you're gonna have your completed or on how you're gonna finalize yung research po natin after the implementation. This is Teacher Malamath signing